らが何をしようとも世界中がそれを許してくれる。なぜならわらわが美しいから。
Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Henny and you may know me as Honeycomb on Instagram and TikTok. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I transformed this wig into boa hancock from One Piece. I'll be showing you how to create that perfect hairline and a signature hair parting. So I have already crimped the wig before this, but let me know if you'd like to see a tutorial on crimping as well. Here I have split the hair into a middle parting, and from there measure about a finger's width and then section out the hair. I'm using a rat tail comb for this part because the thin end makes it so much easier to section the hair than using my fingers. Just take your time to create a clean parting and clip away the rest of the hair for now. Next, we're going to cut off all the hair that we've sectioned out. We want to cut it as close to the roots as possible, so I like to work row by row. Hold the hair up vertically, cut your scissors close to the base and trim it off. Don't throw away the hair that you cut off because we'll be using it later to create the hairline. Just keep going until you've trimmed everything off. If you notice any pieces that are a bit longer, just carefully trim them down to match the rest. Now that that's done, it's time to harvest for more hair for the hair parting. And here's a little secret. I'm actually cutting some hair from the back of the wig for this, but keep in mind this trick only works if the back of the wig has a long flowy design. If not, you might want to buy some loose wefts instead. When I do this, I usually cut about 3 to 4 layers of hair from the middle at the back. That way, once I let the hair back down, it stays completely invisible even if the hair is moving around. It's a great way to get just the right amount of hair for your parting without compromising the overall look for your wig. Next, let's get the hair we've cut off ready for the hair parting. Start by combing out any shorter pieces and trimming away any knots. Since boa's bangs are much shorter than the length of the hair at the back, I'm folding and cutting the hair into 2 sections. If you find that you didn't cut enough hair from the back, don't worry, because you can always go back and trim it a little bit more until you've got enough to cover the hair parting. Just take your time and you get it just right. Okay, now let's get the base ready for gluing the hair parting. First, clip away any hair from the fake scalp to make space. Then, take a small chunk of hair and trim the edge so that it is nice and even, something like this. Next, we're going to apply hot glue. Put a generous amount of glue onto the base, then carefully push it into the middle of the hair. For the edges, use the hot tip of the glue gun to press the hair into the glue, making sure it is well adhered. So while the glue is still hot, Press the hair onto the base of the netting gently. Make sure there are no gaps between the hair and the fake scalp and give it a little push to secure everything in place. Hold it there until the glue solidifies and then let the hair fall backwards. Now I know the camera angle was a little bit far just now, so I'm zooming in here so you can get a closer look. It's the same method, just pressing the hair in and making sure there are no gaps between this chunk of hair and the one before, and keep going with this method until the entire parting is covered. Now this part will take a while, so while we're working on it, I want to let you know that I have more tutorials on my website for advanced wig styling techniques. You can find them at honeycomb.com, just like my channel name, so it should be easy to find. I'll also drop the link in the description below, so check it out if you're looking to up your wig game. Alright, we're almost there. It's time for the grand reveal. Carefully part the hair down the middle and tidy up any stray hair pieces. So this is looking pretty good already, but I kind of want to make the top look even better. So I'll be taking a small bit of hair from the fake scalp and also sections that we just glued on, then guide the hair into the right direction and use the heat from the hairdryer to mold it in place. Since synthetic wig hair melts with heat, this helps us to adjust the direction of the hair parting. Anyways, I'm using a hairdryer on the highest heat setting and the lowest fan setting. Blast on it for about 10 to 15 seconds. Just be gentle and avoid tugging too hard on the hair, especially the sections glued with hot glue, because the heat can also soften the glue. Be careful with this. Next, let's prepare the front of the hair to create the hairline. Start by pulling a small section of hair away from the forehead, and using the hairdryer again, heat up the hair, especially at the roots, so it opens up the forehead area once it cools down. Don't forget to repeat this on the other side too. Okay, now we're going to start preparing the glued wefts to build the hairline. I'm gonna take a small chunk of hair, about this much, and then trim away any pieces that sticks out too much. Then using point cutting, trim the tip of the hair into a V shape. Next, apply small dots of water-based glue onto the hair and spread it out evenly. It's important not to use too much glue, just enough to avoid a mess but still get the right adhesion. And this part might take a little bit of practice to get it perfect. Then before the glue dries, pinch the tip of the hair to taper it into a V shape. While pinching, try to keep it as flat as possible. Then lay it down to dry. It should look something like this when it's done. I made quite a few of these before moving on to glue them onto the front of the wig. Let's finally glue on the hairline. When working on the hairline, always start from the middle and work your way towards the sides. First, measure the width of the weft against the front, then apply some Yoo-hoo glue around that area. Before gluing the hair on, I like to bend it slightly to give it a little bit more curve, then carefully glue it into place. For now, leave any excess hair towards the back. We're going to repeat this same process on the other side, but where the wefts overlap, use a water-based glue on the surface of the weft below. Just a small amount helps the wefts stick together when they stack. Since this step is very delicate, I like to use the tip of a rat tail comb to help spread the glue. Remember to clean the tip off each time after use. Now, why I'm alternating between Yoo-hoo glue and the water-based glue is because Yoo-hoo glue is stronger and it dries faster but can be sticky and leave small stains, whereas the water-based glue offers a bit more room for adjustments. Now just continue gluing the wefts, making sure they are stacked outwards. If there are any minor glue stains, we'll take care of those in a bit. Now, see that glue stain around the middle? Here's a quick fix. Grab a hairspray and saturate the area with it. The glue will magically disappear because the alcohol in the hairspray melts it away. You could just use alcohol, but it's a bit strong and might melt the glue too much, so hairspray is a better choice. Continue gluing more wefts until the entire hairline is covered, and use the same method. Apply hairspray to melt away any excess glue, then use the hairdryer to quickly dry it off. Keep going until you've got a flawless finish. Lastly, I'm going to adjust the hair that's been glued on, using heat of course. I start by sticking 2 long pins in the front to hold the hair in place. Then going in with the hairdryer, I sculpt the shape of the bangs until I'm happy with how it looks. It's all about getting that perfect shape, so take your time and adjust until it looks just right. Now all that's left is to trim the bangs. Since they are straight hime cut bangs, carefully trim them into a straight line on both sides. To make them look more natural, I like to separate the hair into a few layers and thin them out using thinning shears. I find this method easier to control compared to grabbing too much hair at once, because by working layer by layer, I ensure the top layer is thinned a little lesser so that it will cover the thinner layers below. To heat style the wig, I'm using a straightener set at 140 degrees Celsius. This temperature is hot enough to shape the synthetic fibers without melting them. The trick here is to sculpt the hair with my fingers right after heating it while it is still warm. It might look pretty hot to touch, but I've gotten used to it over time. And this may be my personal opinion, but I do find that crimped wigs are less hot to touch compared to non-crimped wigs. Let me know what you think about this if you've ever tried this before. If needed, go in again with the thinning shears to refine the bangs. Well, wig styling is all about adjusting those fine details until everything looks just right. Repeat the same process on the other side, and I know I wish I could copy paste this part in real life as well. But wig styling takes time, so we've got to do this. You can do this too. And that's a wrap on this tutorial. I hope this video has been helpful and that you've picked up techniques that will not only help with styling Boa's wig but also with other characters too. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more tutorials, let me know in the comments what else you'd like to see. You can also support my channel by liking, commenting and subscribing. Also check out my socials link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching!